So I'm in Memphis and they just stopped at Hive Bagels and Deli and they've got coffee, they've got bagels, their pastries looked amazing. I was so tempted. But I got one of their special drinks, which is a cloud croissant latte, which is it's supposed to have or it's supposed to be a honey latte with apricot cold foam. I don't see any cold foam. The coffee's good though. It's very hot here, so I definitely needed a nice coffee. Welcome to the Addams Family Travelers. Join us as we use our vacation days to travel around as much as we can and enjoy exploring the world. Make sure you join us on our adventures. So I'm outside of Gus's famous fried chicken. I'm not gonna get some. It smells so good. I'm trying to watch what I eat, but this is an institution in Memphis. I might try it sometime when I'm here. It's lunchtime now, so more for me of a dinner thing, but it smells so good, and this is supposed to be some of the best fried chicken ever, especially in Memphis. I'm at the site of the Lorraine Hotel, which was the site where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated here in Memphis. It's kind of surreal to be here. This is now the site of the National Civil Rights Museum, which I plan on checking out. They built it right at the site of the Lorraine Hotel. And I think that's really special to build it here because it really helps bring out the memory of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and what he was working for. So I'm going to go check out this museum. So they've left the whole hotel intact here, obviously remodeling it, but just a great tribute to a fantastic human being, Dr. Martin Luther King. It's really moving to have us here where he went to rest. It's just a great honor to be here and pay my respects to him. Wow, this is really crazy. They even kept the vehicles that were parked right in front of his room. I kind of feel humbled to be here, and pay my respects and, hope to learn more in this museum. So I just went through the Civil Rights Museum and it was truly moving. It went through it starts with slavery and there's a video and then it goes through the Jim Crow laws and basically then all the different fights in the Civil Rights movement, the sit-ins, the bus boycotts in Birmingham, the marches in Birmingham. It details the March on Washington, what happened in Selma, and then it goes through the last day of Martin Luther King's life and the sanitation strike in Memphis, which I didn't know a lot about the sanitation strike. I mean, you always hear about Birmingham and Selma, but and you get to see the room where Dr. Martin Luther King was singing. I was almost in tears. It's just really moving, and I definitely recommend this if you're in Memphis. It was really educational and just shows how far we've come, but also how far we still need to go. I definitely recommend you come here to learn and to also pay your respects to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So I'm on the iconic Beale Street, which is like Memphis's version of like Bourbon Street in New Orleans. There's bars, there's food. It's closed off to traffic, which is nice and parked, and it's going to be super lively come nighttime. So here on Beale Street, there's also a music walk of fame, which is pretty cool. I can't wait to see it happening at night. But it's neat to walk through during the day and get to see, everything. There's lots of murals as well. I am at the legendary Sun Studio in Memphis. Just so you know, this is not near the Civil Rights Museum or where I was. So I ended up taking an Uber. I started to walk and it's just too hot out. It would have been like a 38-minute walk from the Civil Rights Museum, but they have guided tours here. This is where Elvis created his first album. So I'm going to go check it out. So I'm going to take a tour at Sun Studios. I've got their last tour of the day. They said it's a 40-minute tour. It costs $20. So, they said there's a coffee place near here. I'm going to get some more coffee and then, get back to the tour and check it out. I'm excited to see. I don't know a lot about Elvis. I have some Elvis stuff planned this trip, but how can you not if you're in Memphis? So, I'm excited to check it out. And excited to check out this great city. So I just got some coffee from French Truck, which is a chain that is based out of New Orleans, which I've had in New Orleans. I have good coffee. I got the New Orleans style iced coffee with oat milk. It is fantastic on this hot day. Like, it is so refreshing. Just basically the chicory coffee. But the French Truck's a great stop, and it seems like they have them all over Memphis as well. So the tour at Sun Studios was fantastic. You got to see the actual location where Elvis, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, which, those four playing together were called the $1 Million Quartet. But you got to see where they were recorded. And it was really interesting. I thought it was a great tour. If you're interested in, music history or just interested in Elvis, this is a great place to visit to see where they actually stood and get to see, some of where Elvis recorded his first songs. And actually, I found out that Elvis wasn't actually like a big hit right away. Sam Phillips, the owner of Sun Studio, he didn't actually like Elvis at first, and Elvis kept coming back and back. And about a year later, Elvis switched and played something different. And Sam Phillips liked it at that time. Elvis only was with Sun for like 17 months, and then his recording contract was sold to RCA for $35,000, which is a lot at that time. But then people like Johnny Cash and Jerry Lee Lewis came and recorded at Sun until it closed in about 1960. The Sam Phillips changed the name and moved to a different location. But this was just a really interesting tour. They play music when you're viewing it, so definitely stop here. So I am on the Mississippi River walk in Memphis. You can walk here along the Mississippi River. The bridge behind me goes to Arkansas, I believe, because Memphis is on the bottom, southwest corner of, Tennessee along the borders of Arkansas and Mississippi. And behind me over here is the Bass Pro Pyramid, which has an observation deck and the Bass Pro Shop. I think I'm going to try to make my way over there, going along the river to do so, just to enjoy this day. It's hot out, but it's cooled down. It's evening now, so I'm just going to enjoy the sunset here along the Mississippi River. And this is just a really beautiful part of Memphis. So I'm at Bass Pro Shops, the Big Pyramid in Memphis. And just so you know, it's along the river, so you can take the river walk here. Don't go too far like I did, though. There was no way to get out of the river walk, and I ended up walking all around the Bass Pro Shop pyramid. So that's why I'm super sweaty, but I'm gonna go in now and get some nice air conditioning. I'm on top of the Bass Pro observation deck, and it is gorgeous up here at sunset. This is about like 8:30, and wow.
Now we've gone.
So I'm back in my hotel. So I went for dinner. I went to Rendezvous Barbecue, which someone had told me was the best barbecue, they said, in the world. I don't know. I got the ribs, which is a specialty of theirs. I'm not as big of a fan of ribs. I probably should have stuck with like pulled pork, which is what I was gonna get, so then I could compare it better. The ribs were okay. They weren't my favorite. I feel like I've had better, but again, I'm not the biggest rib fan. I don't know. I didn't think it was the best barbecue. It was okay. I also got a chocolate chess pie, which I thought that was really good. Then I went down to the Bass Pro Shop and went up the observation deck, which cost $8. So I'm staying on Beale Street, and I was able to walk along the river walk to get to the Bass Pro Pyramid. Make sure you, at some point, once you like are close to the Bass Pro, you get off the river walk, because I didn't, and I couldn't get off of it. There's no like exit, and I basically had to walk all the way around the pyramid. I was kind of by myself. I didn't feel like incredibly safe there, just because there was no one else around. So definitely like the river walk's fine, but like once it veers or starts veering around the Bass Pro Pyramid, I would get off of it. And the pyramid's really neat. So and they told us this when we went up the observation deck too, but I know when I saw that there was a pyramid there, I was like, why does Bass Pro have this massive pyramid in Memphis? So basically the pyramid was already there, and the story is that it was for sale, and Bass Pro shop's owner was catfishing in the Mississippi River, and they passed the pyramid, and he kind of made a deal. He says, if I catch a 30-pound catfish, I'll buy that pyramid. And lo and behold, he caught a 30-pound catfish, or bigger than that, and ended up buying the pyramid, turned it into a massive Bass Pro Shop. There's a restaurant up on the I think it was the 28th story, however high the observation deck is. And then there's also restaurants all throughout. There's a hotel there. It's themed like a swamp. It's really cool. The observation area, I caught it around sunset. I would definitely recommend that. It was really pretty. Then just fantastic views, $8 to get up there. You can see views of the city as well. I think it was definitely worth it, especially for the sunset views. That was fantastic. And then after that, I came back and went to Beale Street. It was definitely interesting. It reminds me a little bit of Bourbon Street in New Orleans, not quite as rowdy. It was sectioned off with police vehicles, and there's a lot of motorcycles on, so it's open to pedestrians, but motorcycles can go through, and a bunch of motorcycles just park their vehicles along Beale Street and just kind of sit by their bikes. That was kind of interesting. But you can get like drinks. There's a lot of bars outside. You can get drinks, you can listen to music. I got a frozen pina colada and I listened to some blues. There was no cover charge, which was kind of nice. So you can kind of just listen, walk to the different places. So that was pretty cool. Not my scene really, but neat to check out. So that was just my first day in Memphis. Kind of crazy. I'm here for a couple days. I will be checking out some more. I'll probably have a separate video on Graceland, but I may continue this video and show you some more stuff in Memphis as I check it out. Good night. So I'm at Graceland, home of Elvis. I'm not a big Elvis fan, but I figured since I'm in Memphis, this is something I just had to do. It is expensive though. For a tour of the mansion and like the facilities, it's $84. But again, I figured it's a kind of a one-time thing. But they seem to have like a milk shop place here, ice cream, like barbecue. So it's a whole big complex. And they said that for the tour I'm on, like the mansion and then the rest of the complex, it's going to be like 3 to 4 hours. So I don't think I could take video in there, but I'll try to show you as much as I can. So I just finished Graceland. The mansion, well, interesting to see. I didn't think it was actually as big as I thought it was going to be. I wouldn't really have called it a mansion. It was definitely, unique, the decorations and stuff, like what you see in the photographs. The only problem was there was like a one-way through and you're basically standing in a line, instead of being able to like freely see things. It was very they just kept packing people in the mansion. So that kind of hindered, the see it. And then there was, once you get, they take you on a shuttle to the mansion. And then once you get back, there's a ton of museums to see. I mean, I did learn a lot about Elvis, but whether it was worth $84, I would say no. I'm not an Elvis fan though. If you're into Elvis, I think maybe it's worth it. Again, it was a one-time thing. I feel like I had to do it since I was in Memphis, but I think it was not worth the cost. It was interesting though to see the museums. Exhibits. I think I was here about 2 hours. I kind of went through everything really quick. It was neat to see Elvis's cars and the airplane and whatnot. So that's kind of my report on Graceland, and thanks for following along. I'm in front of the Peabody Hotel, which is a famous hotel here in downtown Memphis, and they have a parade of ducks every day. I get to step into the hotel. It's really nice, but I didn't get to see the parade of ducks. It happens at 11 and 5 every day, and the ducks parade down the lobby, which I'll have to check that out next time I'm here. So I just got some coffee from the Memphis Chess Club. I got an iced caramel latte with oat milk. It's a neat place in there if you have time to sit down. They've got sandwiches and whatnot, and they've got a bunch of chess tables where you can play. So I just had lunch at Majestic Grill. It was good. I had just a salad and a chicken wrap, and it was good. It was nice to get out of the heat. So I'm going to end my video in Memphis here. I've enjoyed visiting Memphis. Just my top things. My favorite thing that I did here was the National Civil Rights Museum. So it was great to pay my respects to Dr. Martin Luther King at the the Civil Rights Museum here in Memphis. So that was my favorite thing I did. The other thing I would recommend, and I know it's touristy, was go up the Bass Pro Pyramid, especially at sunset, get a great view of the city of Memphis and the Mississippi River. It was beautiful. Walk along the Mississippi River. Graceland to me wasn't worth it. If you have time, and you want to do something music related, I think Sun Studio Tour was great and a lot cheaper. So, thank you for checking out Memphis. Definitely come down here, check out those things I mentioned, eat some barbecue and enjoy. Thank you for watching.